Hey guys, so I went to go see 50 Shades of Grey this weekend on Sunday. It was the day after Valentine's Day. And my biggest reaction to this film was that was my biggest reaction to the film. There will be some spoilers probably throughout this review, so if you actually want to see 50 Shades of Grey, probably would be a good idea to not watch this. But I have very mixed feelings about this film. At some points it was really funny and I actually laughed and I was like, oh, that was actually okay. And then at some points I was really irritated and angry, and then at other points I was very, 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 very angry. In the beginning of the film I thought it was very boring. I felt no chemistry at all whatsoever between Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson. I like Jamie Dornan. I love him in Once Upon a Time. I have not seen Dakota Johnson do anything else, but overall they really just tried to drive home the whole Twilight feel. She, to me, in my opinion, had little to no facial expressions whatsoever, and when she did, it was simply biting her lip. I have not read the books. I do not know how the books go. I have read bits and pieces of the books, especially pertaining to the fact, like when people are giving examples of perhaps that the relationship that they have is abusive. In the beginning of the film, it just seems like he was. I'm not gonna say that certain scenes, the way that they cut the film together was really weird. One example of this would be she's just coming back from a run and all of a sudden he's coming out from her doorway with wine and with champagne and some fruit or whatever. That came off creepy. I don't know why the director said, yeah, that's a good idea, we should have that, because it came off like he snuck into the place without her permission. Another example was that he just took her car, sold it without her permission, and was like, here's a new one, be happy. That really bothered me a lot, because it's like, you don't know if she wanted the car. How are you supposed to know that? So those were a couple of examples that did not sit very well with me in the film. The biggest thing that it's so hard to explain the movie, because up until a certain point it didn't, to me, come off as abusive. It just, I don't know. I from some of the snippets that I've read in the books, compared to some of the lines that they had and situations that they had in the film, it didn't translate. The abusiveness didn't translate in the film. But at the end, there was a scene where she was like, I want to be punished like how you want to punish me. And he puts her over a table, naked, gets a belt, and hits her 6 times with the belt. I don't know how that's supposed to go in the BDSM culture, but I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to go like that. And to be honest, the minute I saw that, it reminded me of 12 Years a Slave when Michael Fassbender was whipping Lupita Nyong'o. That's what it reminded me of. I don't understand how anybody could be okay watching that scene and still think that it's not going to be an abusive relationship, because he clearly wants to do that to her. People can give me all the arguments they want to about how, oh, it's from his past, oh, that gives him no right. None. None. No right whatsoever. Even though she's had technically she was like, I want you to do this to me, he should have said no, because he knows how far he's going to be going. And you see him dripping sweat from the exertion of hitting her on the ass, and I'm just, that's not okay to me at all. There's no excuse for it whatsoever, because he wanted to do that to her throughout. He said that he has wanted to do that to her throughout the entire film. So yeah. Like I said, I have very mixed feelings about this film. It was, overall, it was better than I expected it to be, but it still sucked. But from 1 to 5, I give it like 1.5, I think. Maybe 1.6, 1.7. The people that I went with really enjoyed it, but there are just certain things that I can't condone that they had in the film, and it's just, will I be watching the sequels? Probably not. I feel very mixed feelings about it, and I'm really sad that Jamie Dornan put his name on this film and was okay doing that, even though it's acting, like the fact that he said okay to the role at all after reading the script, and reading especially that last scene really bothers me. And he gets paid, so I'm not totally at fault with him. That's my small review of 50 Shades of Grey. Take it as you will. I do not think that anybody should condone what happens in the book and what happens at the end of the film. Like I said, in the beginning of the film, it was actually, to me, it looked okay. I couldn't compare to someone who's actually, studied abuse or has been through an abusive relationship, so I don't have that background. And I want to make that very clear. But the end definitely bothered me, and that's basically it. I will talk to you guys later. Bye!